there, everyone. Sorry, it seems to be having some connection issues today, so hopefully everything will go okay. So hi, I'm Lydia. The lovely Roxanne will be behind the Alternate badge today, and she'll be adding in to the links to all of the products. So we did have a release on Tuesday, and we released some hot foil plates. As you can see, I am stood up because I have my machine here and my other machine here and my products here. So if there is a bit of a squeaky floorboard going on, I am really, really sorry. So hello there, everyone that has popped in. And thank you so much for sharing. If you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. So, hey, everyone that has popped in. Hey, Cece, Strawberry, Jenny, and everyone else. I'm sorry if I have missed you. The lovely Roxanne is behind the badge. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move you down because I feel a little bit uncomfortable standing up for some reason. I don't know. You don't normally see me stood up, so that's probably why. Okay, so I'm going to move you guys down now to my... Okay, let's go to that one. Yeah, settings have changed. It takes me a little while to get used to these new things. So hopefully we can see the tabletop now and we can get onto it. So I'm just going to move you guys. Hi there, Joan and everyone. Hi, do we love the new, before this release is back in stock? I'm not sure at the minute. I'm not sure which one has sold out. Please let me know. And Roxanne may have the answer for us. She may do. So I will go through the new products. Sorry, I forgot where this one fit into my pile, so it's just off to the side. So first up, we have the Gilded Rose. Now, in this collection, we have this fabulous stencil, which has 3 different stencils in here. And then we have the layering guide in the center of our thing. Okay, yeah, words not happening today. As well as that, we do have the hot foil plate, and this together is just amazing. I am so excited for this one. Then we have the Sparkle Bright. So in this collection, we have the die, which is going to cut out that large image that you can see on the stamp set. We also have a layering images to go in with the image. As well as that, we do have the hot foil plate as well that's going to add these gold elements to your image. Next up, we have the tiny patterns. So in here, we have 4 different little hot foil plates, which are going to allow you to foil different patterns onto your backgrounds or even die cuts and then die cut them. That would be really cool. So we have like little sprinkles, we have stripes, polka dots, and then these little squiggles as well. All really, really cool. We also have sentiment banners. So we have the cover die. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is going to cut out the banners when they have been beautifully foiled with the Sentiment Banners hot foil plate. Beautiful. Oh, it's the rose hot foil plate that's out of stock. I'm sorry, everyone. I would recommend that you do sign up for the email notifications, and that will email you when we do get it in. So you'll be one of the first to get your hands on it when it comes in stock. So this one is the Sunburst Doily hot foil plate and die set. So in this one, you have the hot foil plate and then also the die. So you're going to be able to hot foil and then die cut this out. The foiling is all the rage at the minute. I think that's probably why it's very popular. We have been asked to do the hot foiling plates for a while, so maybe people were really waiting and anticipating until we actually came out with them. So this one is the Anemone Branch layering stencil. In here you have 3 different stencils to enable you to create this really beautiful anemone branch. So it has 2 flowers, a couple of leaves, clusters, and also the vase in there as well. Yeah, strawberry, they are really cool and so easy to do. Next up, we have the Deco Diamond. So in here, we have 2 stencils that are going to layer up to create a really gorgeous petal. Just how detailed is that? It's so pretty. This is one of my favorites, as you all probably know. I do love my rainbows. This is the Double Rainbow Slim Scene Building Stencil. So I've kept this one in the packaging because, as you can see, you're going to get the large stencil, which is going to enable you to get a look like this. And then you also have all of the inside pieces too. So you're going to be able to mask off certain areas of this rainbow if you wanted to color in different colors. We also have 4 different 3D embossing folders. So we have Clematis Jingle Bells, which has these really beautiful clematis flowers on. And that's going to enable you to create that really beautiful 6x6 background there. We also have Tree Bark. This one's a very generic kind of, one that would work for all different occasions. So we have the debossing and emboss side. So if you do emboss this, whichever way you flip it, so the front or the back, it's going to give you a different look with that one. And then we have the tie-dye. This is a great and fun one. So if you are a child of the 60s, 70s, or 80s, I think this is one for you. I love this one. It does remind me of a t-shirt I had when I was little. So that one is the tie-dye. And then last but not least, we have the dotty circles. So this is a great one. I think this one has been the most popular one of the 3D embossing folders this time around. So please let me know your favorites, what you would like to see. I do have my hot foiling machine off to the side, so we will be doing some hot foiling, and I have my die cutting machine that I need to run it through. Now, with the die cutting, with the hot foiling, it will all depend on your machine, on how you use it. So I would recommend that you get your manual out if you have one, and have a look at that and have a real good play with your machine before you really want to have a play with your machine. So the one I'm using is the Go Press and Foil, but like I said, whatever machine that you do use may be slightly different to the one that I am using. I'm going to quickly show you the Sunburst doily first. So when I do, oh yeah, Sue, that rose is amazing. So I have my doily. I'm just going to remove it from the packaging. And before I pop this down onto my hot foil plate, which is really hot at the minute because I did turn this on before I started, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cut around this for my foil. So I'm just going to grab some foil. You are going to need heat transfer foil. So there are 2 different foils out there. There's one that you use with the laminator that reacts with the toner ink, and then there's this one that reacts with heat. So you do want to make sure that you have the correct foil. I did make the mistake of using the other foil, and I did try to foil with it, and it just wasn't having it. So if you are having trouble, it may be the type of foil that you are using. So I'm just going to cut around that a little bit more. Evenly would have been great, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I have my foil. I have my little hot foil plate. So mine's the Go Press and Foil, so it has like a little hinge on it. And I'm just going to pop that in there. And the plate itself's heated up, but I need to make sure that my hot foil plate is at the right temperature as well. I'm going to do this on some black. I think that would be very pretty. Oh, the Clematis Jingle Bells is so pretty. So I'm going to wait until this goes green. It's already green. I'm hoping that that should be okay. Now, see, it doesn't want me to do it just yet. As soon as I'm thinking, that's going to be okay. Oh, Daniel says that he has perfect results with the Hammermill cardstock. I don't have any of that. I'm just using the Jet Black from Altenew. I'm hoping we're going to be good with that one. So I'm just going to lift this up. We do have a video on how to use the hot foil plates coming up. So it will be done. So I'm going to take my foil. I've placed it foil side down onto the hot foil plate, which was designed up. So you want that to have the foil touching with the foil that you want to see. So that's got the backing on. I'm then going to take my cardstock that I want to foil. And my machine, I normally have to use a couple of shims. So these are just like cardboard shims, not great quality, just to make sure that I've got enough pressure when I do run this through my die cutting machine. So I'm just going to move that up. Bring in my die cutter. Okay. So I'm just going to remove that and then run that through. So how many times you run this through is completely up to you, and depending on the pressure that you have on your die cutting machine with your shims and stuff like that. Okay, so we will check this. Okay, I'm not thinking I put enough shims on, but we'll see. Okay, so I maybe should have put one more of my shim on just to get that perfect, but you can see just how pretty that is there. No worries, Mara. Ah, just look how pretty it is. Okay, so I have my foiled element. I'm going to grab my tweezers and move that off. I would recommend working onto a silicone mat, or stamping mat would be perfect to pop your hot foil plates onto when they are hot. Okay, so there you go. I'm just going to grab this. Now it may take a little bit of turning just to get that in the perfect position. I do have a lot of elements already foiled as well. So let me know when you've had enough of seeing the hot foiling process, and I'll just use the things that I have to hand. Okay, I'm just going to grab my plate, as I didn't need them for the foiling process. I put these away, which I shouldn't have. And then we can just run that through. I always tend to go back and forth, even though I know it's cut because I heard it cut. I just find it easier just to take it out this way. Maybe it's a bit lazy, maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to move that there. I think I will do that rose next. So if you are on the waiting list or you have ordered it, you get to see it. But look how cool that is. I don't think you would need much more on your card than that amazing foiled image there. It's so, so pretty. So I'm going to move that over, and I'm definitely going to have to start putting things on the floor today. That's what's going to happen. So that's already cooled down. All right, let's go with the gilded rose. And this is huge. It really, really is. Okay, yep. I'm definitely not going to have enough room on my desk today. So another way that I find instead of trying to cut round the die, what I do is I place it down on my foil. Then I take my scissors and I kind of just draw a guideline with my scissors. And what this is doing, it's just taking off that foil so I can see where I need to cut, so you don't need to kind of hold the die in place when you do that. So when I do that, I can then pop that into place on my hot foil plate, and that will get nice and warm. So I can then just trim around my little guideline that we have. If you do want any more inspiration seeing the projects that were created with the amazing hot foil release, I would recommend that you do go on to our blog and check it out, because there are some beautifully amazing things on there. Okay, I'm just going to grab some cardstock. And again, I have my foil here. That's just gone off, but it'll be okay. We are warming up. So what I'll do is I'll place that down and then wait. Oops, no, you don't want to do that because that's very staticky. I'm going to pop that on, grab my card, and then you're going to kind of place that where you want it to be. And then I'm going to take my shims again and pop them on. Again, always make sure that you haven't got too many shims on there or too much pressure, because you don't want to break anything. I would always recommend trying out the least that you can do first and then working your way up from there if you need to. Oh, strawberry, yeah. Tranquility Rose is very pretty too. Oh, Zamara, I'm sure, you know, it'll be on your wish list. Okay. Yeah, Daniel, it is huge, so it doesn't take a lot to fill up your card. Okay. As you can see, my shims just keep getting foiled all the time. So these are going to end up like gold-plated shims by the end. Okay, so I've run that through. And that is so satisfying just to see the foil peel away. And look how pretty that is there. Okay, so I have that. I have my tweezers so I can remove my hot foil plate and pop that up there. I'm just going to take that off for a minute. Okay. So I have my hot foiled image. I also have one that I did before that's on a larger piece. So I'm just going to use that one. You can see exactly how I did it with that. And then I'm going to need my stencils. Okay. So with the stencils, there are 3 in the packet. And did you, right, if you haven't seen it, you need to go and check out JC's card using this one. It has my heart. It is amazing. So yeah, I would definitely go and check that out. So this one is the layering stencil set. So I'm going to take the base and I'm just going to place that around my foiled image. I would always recommend to foil your image first, so you can use that as your outline, as the stencils are much easier to line up than that hot foil plate because it's not see-through. So there we go. Let's go with some blues. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go Mountain Mist for my base layer. Oh, Karis, sorry, has just caved and got hot foil system. Mine is so old. Like, I was talking to some of the alternate educators before, And yeah, my machine's got to be a good 4 or 5 years old because I used to foil all the time, but then I haven't recently. So then I got him out again, and he works. I was actually quite impressed. So that is my first layer, and you can see just how cool that looks there. The foil is going to resist whatever ink you do pop on top of it as well. And then I'm going to pop in this layer. I am only lining up these 2 images here. The rest of them are just lining up themselves. That's what I love. I always just like think, yeah, 2 points down there and everything else sorts itself out. Then I'm going to go in with Volcano Lake. Oh, sorry, Cece. Okay. This is the Volcano Lake. I think this is looking a tad bluer than usual. Reason being, I'm using my blue blending tool. So if it's looking a little bit not as Volcano Lakey, it's because I'm using it with blue. Okay. Look how cool that is. I'm sorry I get so excited about these things, but I just love how amazing that is. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the third stencil. Now this one may take a little bit more of a wiggle, but I think we're good. I've lined up this center petal here and that one. So this one and that one and everything else is, you know, sorting itself out. And we're going to go Lagoon on this one. And then we have the 4th layer on the same stencil. So I'm just going to push that down, give it a twist. There's the twist right there. You do have the layering guide in the packaging, so it's going to help you layer this up. But I'm sure once you've layered this up once or twice, you're going to be able to just go at it. This one is the Emerald, and I think I went a little bit heavy-handed with that one. But are we ready for the reveal? Da, 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 da. Just look how amazing that is. So we have the hot foiling for the outline, which is beautifully shiny. And then we have all of those beautiful layers. And you can see that took me a matter of minutes to create that. Imagine if you were creating maybe some like wedding cards with this. I think that would look fabulous. Okay, thank you, Roxanne. Yeah, if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. Yep, Sandra, it is amazing. I love this one just too much, probably too much. So that is that one. Okay, what I'm going to do now is the Sparkle Bright. Okay, we'll do one more hot foiling, and this one will be the one. I'm just going to pop that in, let that heat up again. I thought I was going to leave the hot foiling, but yeah, I got too excited. I just want to do one more, and then I'll stop, I promise. Okay, so I have my hot foil plate heating up, and then my cardstock. This one we're going to be able to die cut as well. Just going to move those out of the way. So you can stamp over hot foil and it won't tarnish it, which is really, really good. Lorna's just ordered the stencil and hope and wait for the hot foil. But yeah, sometimes it does take a little patience, but I'm sure it'll be worth it when you get your hands on it, and then you're able to create really quickly and easily all of these beautiful products. Okay, so I am just waiting for this to heat up. I probably should have just popped this in. I do have this already foiled, but hey, I just wanted to do some more. Okay, so I'm going to grab some foil again. This one is a little bit scratched, but hey, I think we'll be okay. Waste not, want not. Okay, so we're green. So I am going to place this down. Now this may not foil as perfectly as I want it to, because I do have those little marks in there that I must have gone around something else to foil, but then I didn't. Okay, I'm going to place that on top. And then my little shims. Like I said, don't add shims if you don't need to. Okay. Something wiggled around. We're just going to see how this goes. Okay. Move that up. Oops. I put the machine in. Mine is very noisy. You can see why I don't use this monster of a machine on most of my lives. I normally always grab my little mini blossom. Okay. Right, I'm going to sit down now. Stood up for long enough. Okay. I'm hoping that I let it warm up enough. If not, I do have one that we can use anyway. Oh, just pulled the foil off, but hey, yeah. And I love that you can see just how well this foil's live. So you know that this hasn't been edited in any way, shape, or form, and you can see just how easy and quick it is to use the hot foil plates. I caught everyone. I hope you have a really good tea. Okay. So I have my image. I'm then going to take my outline. Okay, so this is the Sparkle Bright. I just did use the Sparkle Bright with some gold hot foil and my hot foiling machine. So what I'm going to do is I have my image here, and I'm just going to place this down. And I'm lining up the little buds that are either side and also those flower centers. The rest of the foiling, you know what I mean, you know what I say. The rest of it, it'll sort itself out. You pick 3 points and the rest of it will be fine. So there we go. And I'm going to go with some obsidian. I thought I had a grey out, but I don't. So I'm just going to go with this one. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone, and for being here as well. So I'm going to line up those flower centers. I'm sorry if my head gets in the way. And also those little buds. Again, everything else should sort itself out. I really need to get my head over a little bit closer, but I'm scared that I'm just going to, everyone's going to see all my grey highlights, but it's not right. It's okay. My silver highlights. Okay. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That just makes me happy. Look at how pretty that is. So you don't even need to add in the extra layers if you don't want to. That would make a gorgeous monogram card. Maybe even just colouring in the background. That would be fabulous too. Okay, so I also have my other layers. Because it is a layering set, you do get the layering guide within the packaging. What colour flower should we go with? Should we go for pinks, Yellows, please let me know. I'll do my leaves and you can decide what color flowers we're going to have. The only color that I don't have out is purple. I'm sorry, all you purple lovers. I don't have any purple out. I have all the rest of the colors of the rainbow, but sadly, I forgot about the purple. Okay, we have pink, we have blue, yellow, yellow. Oh, yellow is winning at the minute. Oh, but it's with pink too. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can do a yellow base and then a pink center or something. Okay, so I'm doing my leaves first, and I'm gonna try and gradient them. So I have my grass fields, and I'm just gonna ink that up. I'm gonna do one of my favorite techniques that I've been doing for years and years. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop that into place. My block is huge, so it can be a little bit hard to control. If you do have a stamping platform, that would work perfectly as well. I had blue out for the rose. Yeah, I've got blue, but I haven't got purples out. Okay. All right, so I have my green layer. I'm then going to take some Shadow Creek. And I'm just going to add that into the center. Give that a good squidge. Grab a blending tool. My focus isn't clear. Is it okay now? Please let me know. And I'm just going to blend out that ink so I don't have that harsh line. Just blending it straight out on the stamp. Okay, I think pink has it. I'm going to stamp that down right on top. And there we go. So we have like darker around where there would be more pulling out. I mean, shadow. Ugh. Okay, let's go with pink. All right. I'm going to go with these pinks. So I'm going to go with my cotton candy first. So this is from the 4 Scoops. I'm going to pop that down. Oh, so pretty. But what I'm going to do again is I'm going to gradient that. So I'm going to take some coral berry. I'm going to add that around the edges. So this is sometimes known as a rock and roll technique, but it can leave harsh lines. So hopefully you can see that I have got the ink just on the edges of those flowers. So I'm just going to do what I did before, and I'm just going to take a blending tool and blend those harsh edges away. I can then take my stamp, flip it back over, and then pop that down into place. This is a really easy technique to do if you are using a stamping platform. Hi, Avril. Okay. You can see that we have that gradient look on those images. I love that you can get that kind of look with solid stamps. So even though it has 2 layers, you can make it look like it has much more with the different kinds of techniques that you use with your inking. So I'm going to use the coral berry for the base of the second layer. Line that up. And then I'm going to take some ruby red to go around the outside. Okay, so I'll lift this up again to show you just where it's touched. So you can see that it's just around the outside edge rather than all over it. I take my red blending tool this time and blend that one out. So I have blending tools for like each color not each color family, but like all my pinks. I have one. All the purples that I use, I have one for that. I have one for my teals, one for my greens, and things like that. I'll show you. I don't have a full set, so you can see that I just have one for like my yellows, oranges, reds, greens, a couple for my blues, because you do know that I love my blues, so that's why I have a couple more for those ones. Okay, so then we also have the flower centers for this as well. So I'm going to grab those. They do come in 2 pieces. So you can stamp them in 2 pieces if you wish, or you can also add them down just at the same time and then pick them up with the same block. Now this one's being a little bit tricky. Oops. My fingers are a little bit sticky, I think. And grab some oranges, orangey yellows. Hi, Christine. And I'm going to go with the Sunray ink and ink that up. Oh, I made a mistake. I've got like red ink on here and I've left it on there. That's not great. Well, we can die cut this, so, you know, everything would be fine. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a darker orange just to certain points of that one. Take my blending tool, blend that out, and then pop it back into place. Yay! But there you go. You can see just how beautiful that looks. And the way that we just have those certain parts foiled, I think it does give it a very classy effect. Now, if you don't have a hot foiling machine and you love this stamp set, you can still use it without the hot foil. You just wouldn't have that shiny layer that I have on mine. Okay, so that is that one. I'm then going to go on to the anemone branch, because this one is very, very cute. I think I'm on my last panel. Oh no, yep, last panel of white cardstock. I'm definitely going to have to do some cutting. Oh. So this one is the anemone branch. So we have 3 different stencils in here. You do get the layering guide within the packaging. So that's going to show you how to layer this up. But you don't necessarily have to do it like that if you don't want to. So don't feel just because it says that's how it should be done is that's how you have to do it. Nope. Have a good old play. Have fun with it. So let's pop that there. All right. I'm going to need a bit of tape. Tape. Just going to add it through there just so it sticks. I'm going to do my branch. Now, I haven't got any browns out, but I do have a really dark green. So, oops, let's go with that. So I'm going to go with moss. And I do have a darker green blending tool. Now, the moss is from the Tropical Forest set, and you know, this is one of my favorite greens. My favorite green set. I just love the olive tones of it. It's just very, very pretty. So there's my moss. I've gone through the branch. There we go. Step 1. Then I'm going to move over to this flower. And I'm just going to pop it in over there. Again, you don't need to get this perfect. If you wanted to have it more pointed upwards, you can definitely do that. I'm just kind of lining up the stem somewhere on the flower, but you can have it pointed in many different directions. If you wanted to, you could have them so they were almost dangling down. That would be cute. Should we try this one dangling? We could even add it onto this one here. See, I have these ideas. I'm gonna go for it. This one's gonna be where it's not supposed to be. But hey, it's a stencil. You can do whatever you want with it. I am gonna go for yellow flowers on this one, everyone. You know, yellow missed out before, so I'm not having him miss out again. So I'm gonna go with chamomile. So these are the colors that I did use for the flower center of the other ones. Ooh. This is a new blending tool, so it's picking up quite a lot of ink. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to keep the orientation the same. And I'm just going to shift that stencil up, and then you're going to be able to kind of lock that in to that base layer. So I'm just lining up the tip of this petal here and the tip of that one down there. And I'm going to go Snapdragon for this one. It looks so fiery. I do love yellow. And then again, I'm just going to shift that stencil down. And then we have that little flower center. I'm going to go in with green for that one, the same green that I used for the branch. So that's moss. I am trying to be careful not to go out the outside edge of the stencil. If I was doing this normally, I would definitely use some masking tape right down here, because I would definitely go over this if I wasn't being careful. He looks so cute dangling, like a little, like a bellflower or something. So that's my first one. I'm then going to move on to the second flower. And because I did have that one bending down, I kind of need to fill in this space on the branch. So this one's not going to be dangling, but it's going to be okay. And I could also add another flower up there. Okay, same colors as before. So that is the chamomile. Quickly and easily pop that color through. Pick up the stencil. Try and keep it in the same orientation and just move it upwards. And then once you've moved it up, you can just give it a little wiggle to see which way it goes. And there we go. Perfect. Snapdragon again. Especially with the way that this image is, it does look like fire. It looks amazing. Lift. Pop in the flower center. Again with the moss. Oh. Sorry, my tummy was just growling. Ah, see? I warn about these things and then do them. Okay, so I have my two flowers down. I could add another flower if I wanted to, but we do have the leaf stencil as well, and this will fit on there really quickly and easily for these two here. Just add a little bit of tape. I'm going to go with a parrot and olive. No, I'm going to go with parrot and then moss again. So we have a bit more of depth. So parrot through. shift the stencil over, and that will fit really easily within the base of those leaves that we've just done. And then moss for this one. Remember, there is a vase or vase in this stencil set as well. So if you wanted to pop these in a vase or vase, you definitely could. I don't know which one's the right one to say, so I end up always saying both. Okay, so I'm going to add this leaf in too. Now remember, this leaf is supposed to go down here, but I kind of switched up where my flower was. So that means I have to switch up where the leaf goes. Same colours as before, the parrot and the moss. So parrot food first. I love layering stencils because it is just so quick and easy. Oops, I forgot to move it before I did that colour, but hey, we'll be okay. It'll just be slightly darker and it'll look like it's further back. It's okay. But it's just so quick and easy just to push a little bit of ink through the stencil with a blending tool to create these really beautiful, beautiful images. Look how cute that is there. So that one there is the anemone branch, and I think it is so, so pretty. So I am going to bring in everything that we have looked at. So we did the anemone branch in yellow. We did the very pretty sparkle bright with the pink inks and the hot foiling. Oh, so pretty. Then we did the rose. So this is the gilded rose. This it's just, I don't think I'll ever be not surprised about how beautiful that looks and how quick and easy that is there. Okay, and we also did some hot foiling on black cardstock. So that was using the Sunburst doily there. And you can see with our hot foiling, you can see that you can do various different techniques. And we also do have some standalone stencils and also some 3D embossing folders as well. Okay, everyone, I'm going to flip you guys back up now. Okay. I will figure this out really. I'm back. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We really do hope that you spotted something in this that inspires you and makes you want to create something beautiful. Thank you again for spending some time with me. Thank you to the lovely Roxy for adding the links in as well. We really do hope that you have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. And we will be back with you for another live on Monday. See you all again soon. Bye-bye.